Hey everyone, it's time for some more Monster Hunter, and today we're going to keep this quick and simple and sweet. I am a little late because I had to deal with some IRL stuff outside of streaming and everything else. So I'm going to just hunt a Gendrome today. It should be a fairly quick fairly quick video. It's probably going to be like 5 or 10 minutes maybe. I should be able to take it out pretty quickly and easily. Still, I'll do my best to edit this down into something manageable and enjoyable to watch. And without any further ado, let's just get right into it. So I would say the thing with Gendrome is that the only exception that could make him even remotely difficult, and this will be in the swamp, so I'll need to bring some hot drinks with me, because they'll mostly be spawning in a cave. I believe I'll need to kill 3 Gendrome. Let me actually double check my quest details here. I'm not sure if I can do it right here though. Oh, here it is. Yes, at the very top. So, yeah, 3 Gendrome. So, the only thing that could really get in the way in terms of causing any form of difficulty is that they aren't weak to dragon element damage like most of the other monsters are, such as Rathalos, Rathian, and I believe even Gravios. I believe it's the Velociraptors, you know, the Drome enemies like Gendrome, Iodrome, Velocidrome, stuff like that, and Plesioth. I believe they're the exceptions in that they're not weak to dragon damage, but almost every other monster in the game is weak to dragon damage. However, I do have a hammer with me, and generally there's only some Vespoid in the area. There isn't really a lot of Gen prey popping up to cause us a lot of trouble whenever they spawn in, at least as far as I remember. I'm gonna have to double check that. I don't know for sure as soon as I get there, but I don't remember there being anything besides Vespoid wherever they spawn. Normally they do spawn in Area 8. As before, I don't have any stamina regeneration items. I'm probably going to have to try to grind some of those out over the weekend, or probably whenever I have time in general. Maybe I'll make an episode this week of me just grinding some high-rank stuff, because I can get I believe it's the Fatalis Lance, and in order to get that, I will need to get 5 more Dragonite ore. So I'll need to grind anyways, but maybe I'll do a video on that, maybe I won't. We'll have to see. As is, I do have some other stuff coming up this week. I actually accidentally didn't kind of do something legally. So I moved somewhere where there's, you only have a certain amount of time to change your driver's license over to that state. And it turns out you actually have to take another driving test. So I completely forgot about it until today. And now I have to study up on the handbook for the driving test here. Because I've had my license changed to a few other states, but unfortunately, they never really had me doing the driving test, so I think it's pretty smart having somebody change their, in order for somebody to change their license, they need to take a driving test to that area, but, just because it hasn't really happened, it took me off guard, so I gotta take a couple of days to learn the book and now have to take the test, so, on that day, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because, most likely, probably, Friday, either Thursday or Friday, I probably won't have a video come out, or at the very least, if I do have one come out, it'll probably be something I'll have to make the night before, because obviously if I'm spending 2 hours taking a test, then I can't make a video because that'll eat into my time too much. At the end of the day, I could use my exercise time, my time working out, in order to do that, but I don't know. I do have a rest day this week, but I believe it's not for another 2 days. Of course, over here, where the Gen prey are, they do certainly get in the way, so it is a little bit difficult fighting in this narrow area whenever they're jumping around everywhere, but as soon as you can get the small ones dealt with, it's pretty easy to deal with the Gendrome itself. All you really have to do is make sure you can keep hitting them and keep knocking them over, and as soon as you can get some consistent damage in, then it should be pretty easy to take them down. Of course, it doesn't help this is high rank, so the Gendrome does do a fair amount of damage. I believe it's as much as low rank Viserios. Not Viserios, but Gravios even. But even so, it's still nothing too crazy. I can probably take a couple more hits. So, I'll see if I can just ground pound away and catch some of these guys in it. Or I'll probably even try this. Yep, and of course I'll completely whiff it. But yeah, I'll just try to stick to the ground pounds, and hopefully the Gen prey will just kind of walk into it. The biggest thing when we're fighting these guys is you just kind of have to stay mobile, because if you don't, you'll get knocked over and then you'll get backed up into a corner, and that's how they can kill you. It doesn't happen too often, but obviously stuff like that can happen where you just get clipped, and there isn't really much you can do in order to prevent that from happening. Outside of just playing smart and being smart with your positioning in general. The biggest thing really is just don't get surrounded and try to keep the ball in front of you. Because if you can do that, that keeps them from catching you from behind. Now, obviously, doing all this Ginpray, I got my health whittled down because I wasn't being smart with my positioning, so I need to try to hurry up and heal. Like I said, I am wearing low rank armor, so everything in high rank is just going to kill me in a few hits, and even something like the Gendrome. So I just have to be extremely careful not to let myself get too much. It doesn't really help that literally everything keeps knocking him back, so it's kind of hard to back him into a corner and get consistent damage on him, but as soon as this one dies, or if he runs back into Area 8, it'll just make it a lot easier. So I'm just going to see if I can keep them backed into this corner to give myself a bit more time to away from the other Ginpray they're spawning back in. Actually, looks like he's running off, so most likely he's going to go over to Area 5, maybe? Or Area 4. If I'm unlucky, there actually might be some Bullfango there, but hopefully not. If there are, then I'll have to take care of the Bullfango, but thankfully they usually don't infinitely respawn. It does look like they're just Vespiloid here right now, so I'm not too worried about it, but I just need to try to kill this guy as quickly as I can. I'm not sure exactly how many fully charged ground pounds it'll take, but I'm thinking around 15 or 20. Either way, I definitely held that a bit too long, so I need to do this. I was trying to get that Vespiloid, but it actually backed away. Gotta be careful. These Vespiloid will paralyze you, and if the Vespiloid paralyze you, then they'll let the Ginpray get some free damage in. And even as weak as he is, like I said, this is high rank, and as you saw before, he does do a lot of damage. Something I actually forgot about is if you look over here, and you have to look really closely through the fog, there's actually a Rathian here that I completely forgot about. Oh. Yeah, there it is. That's a Rathian. So yeah, you gotta be careful whenever you're doing this mission. The Rathian will randomly show up, and if the Rathian shows up at the worst time, it can really cause you a lot of trouble. So, gotta try not to cart to that. Just try to draw your aggro in general, if you're like me and poorly equipped to deal with this. As is, the Gendrome did come back to Area 9, so that will make this a bit easier than, you know, obviously dealing with the Rathian, but it's still gonna be kind of difficult with all the Ginpray in the way. And also because I don't have any stamina restoration items, then I'm kind of messed up there. I just have to deal with what I got. Alright, looks like I took down the Gendrome here. I'm just going to go ahead and kill the Ginpray so it doesn't get in the way. And see if I can carve it up real quick. I probably won't use its parts for anything. I don't know, maybe I will. I know that any sort of high rank armor I can get right now can really help a lot more than my current low rank armor, but I'm not really sure what the defense is for the Gendrome, or the Iadrome, whatever Gendrome armor set. So I'll just have to see what I got. I'm pretty sure it's going to take about 2 minutes for it to respawn in Area 8, and I actually believe I have some pickaxes. Yeah, right there, so I can probably just come in. I don't know if there's a mining spot. I definitely need to sharpen, so I'm going to go ahead and sharpen my weapon real quick. But I'm going to see if there's a mining spot in here where I can get me some Dragonite ore. Because if I can get 5 more, I can get the Fatalis Lance. Definitely looking forward to that, because it's one of the best items you can really get in the game. I doubt it's going to be max level whenever I do get it, though. I'll probably have to upgrade a couple of times, but it's definitely a start. And if you max upgrade the Fatalis Lance, then you can pretty easily stunlock most of the Dragon-type monsters in the game. If you just, or at least the Rathalos and Rathian if you stick with their head. Alright, and here's the second Gendrome. This one shouldn't be too much harder to kill than the first one. It's just a Vespiloid here, and if I can kill it quick enough, then it shouldn't leave the area. But worst case scenario, to go out to Area 9, possibly Area 4, and I might have to deal with the other Ginpray and the Rathian at the same time. It's looking like that in high rank, they do hop around a bit more than they normally do. So yeah, it seems like after every attack they do a little dodge to get out the way. So it's a little bit more difficult to counterattack. So the best thing you can do is just wait for that, and then see if you can catch them in the middle of their dodge. And he's going to jump back here. Oh, I guess not. Maybe it's just something they do most of the time, but not all the time, if they think you're like trying to counterattack them. But still, the best thing you can do, same as usual, is try to stunlock these guys by charging off a big attack and then knock them down. Alright, it's looking like the Gendrome is running for me, so seems like I'm gonna have to contest the Ginpray in Area 9. I know in low rank it's pretty easy to blitz them down, but the enemies have much more health than high rank, so that does make it a bit more difficult to deal with them. I'm actually surprised at how fast he moved. Oh no, never mind, there he is. I thought he actually got ahead of me, but I got ahead of him, so yeah, that was a big whoopsie there. Probably drew a Ginpray or two over here, but if I did, I'll just have to deal with them and dealing with the Gendrome at the same time. Honestly, as long as I don't get hit too much, then I should be okay. Alright, and that's a second one down. actually think he's in the spawn zone. If he is, that is such a big rip. Come on, there we go. Alright, even if I can't make anything good in terms of high rank armor out of their parts, I can at least sell them for decent money. But same thing as before, I'll go ahead and use a first aid med. Unfortunately, I don't have any rations or anything to use, but I'll pop another hot drink since they're cheap and pretty easy to get in surplus. And then I'll use a whetstone in order to sharpen a weapon. If you're fighting multiple monsters in the quest, this is generally a good strategy to, you know, reapply your buffs and everything else before each monster. Unless you're literally killing them in, like, a minute. I mean, in which case, I don't know. Just go nuts. You probably already know the game like the back of your hand at that point, but... For me, I just do it for safety, just in case. You never know what could happen in these quests. I don't know, maybe Rathian could fly into Area 9 instead of sticking around in Areas 4, 2, and 3. But either way, I'll just sit here and wait for the Gendrum to show up, because it'll pop up right over there. I'm actually surprised I'm not hearing any Vespoid, because usually they infinitely respawn back here, but I guess they don't. And that'll make dealing with the Gendrum a lot easier. If it's just one-on-one, obviously Gendrum and the drone enemies in general and high rank are a lot more slippery because they obviously bounce around a heck of a lot more, but just in general it'll be easier to deal with them one-on-one because they have low health, you can stun lock them, etc, etc. Alright, and there he is, the last drone enemy, or the last skin drone, I guess. As is, I only have 2 charges of stamina left. I'll probably be down to my last one by the time I actually beat him, but it seems like he's stuck. I hope not. Yeah, there we go. Oh, no. Never mind. Some part of the script should fire to make him jump off of there, but it's looking like he doesn't want to. I'm not really sure what's going on. This is actually really unusual. This doesn't normally happen, so... Let's see if I can paintball him from here, maybe? Or, oh, no, I'll probably just leave the area and come back. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on. I kind of went out and came straight back in, but I'm not really sure why a script jump down isn't firing. This is actually really unusual. This is probably just a first-gen bug. But, I'm not really sure what could be causing this. Oh, there it goes. I just had to get right under him. So, yeah, that was a minute or 2 wasted, but... Shouldn't change it up too much. Just have to, like I said, manage my stamina smartly and just beat him up like usual. Alright, looks like I managed to whittle him down quite a bit. I'm gonna say we're at least 3/4 of the way through Gendrum's health. Seems like he's running to Area 9, though, but... If we hurry, we should be able to cut him off again, like we did with the last one, and then it's just a few good whacks in order to wrap this mission up. Oh my goodness, what? Literally jumped out of the ether at me. I'm gonna call foul on that one. But that's okay, I'll get my revenge. I'll just beat him up a couple of times. Alright, looks like we got a good kill screen of the wall there. Yep, very interesting. But yeah, managed to take down all 3 Gendrum. And like I said, it did take pretty much all my stamina. But after beating him up for a couple minutes, it looks like I was able to manage it pretty well. I did take an unnecessary hit. Definitely need to work on my skill issues there, but as is, looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. Just gotta make it through the rest of these 5-star quests. I'm hoping I can probably make a couple of videos this weekend, but we'll certainly have to see. I know I'll be kind of kicking in overdrive with getting at least a video out per day. Maybe not including the weekends, but at least on the weekdays, so that I can get everything done by the time Wilds comes out on the February 28th. Also, if you don't know, whenever you're pretty much out of stamina and it's at its slowest point, you'll hear your stomach growl and your character will, like, grab his stomach. Like, oh, dude, I'm so hungry. And honestly, that is such a mood. Alright, I'm gonna call it right there. Thank everybody so much for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like on it. Comment down below if you have any tips for me for the rest of high rank, or any advice on getting good high rank armor as quickly as I can. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. If you want to join the Discord community, where there's several people, pretty much always playing Monster Hunter at all times, and where I'll post most days before I actually make these videos. If you want to help me with completing these missions, then, like I said, check out the Discord down in the description below. And if you want to ensure the future of the channel, check out my Patreon, also linked in the description below. You'll get pictures and videos of what my money goes towards, normally my dogs or groceries or something of the sorts. Either way, thank everybody so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye now.